Hello everyone, today I'm gonna talk about my assessment 3 for my final models. So in the Catherine there have lots of homelessness people, and in the homeless people, these homeless people almost are the Aboriginal people. So the Catherine's homeless people is more than twice the average rate in the Northern Theory, and 31 times the national average rate. So I found some reason for the homelessness in Catherine. So there have like the family violence, the shortage of affordable housing, physical and or mental health issues, and or some job loss and drugs and the family or relationship broken. That's all the reasons for the homelessness people. And in the homelessness people, the female and children need us to care about, because all of the female and children become the homeless is because the family violence. And 42% of silent of specialist homelessness surveys have experienced family and domestic violence, and groups who are the higher risk of domestic and family violence include women with disabilities, pregnant women, Aboriginals, and Torres Strait Islander women. So, women experiencing financial hardship, and women and men who experienced abuse or witnessed domestic violence as children. So I found some example to help me find some ideas to help the female and children. So the first one is Wayside Chapel. Wayside Chapel is a non-profit organization that provides shelter for homelessness women. It provides bathing facility, legion service, cheap food, and some training courses. Although Wayside will not provide free housing, it will help the homelessness people to find cheap rental house. At the same time, Wayside provides the dedicated space for the Aboriginal people to help them find their status and sense of belonging. Wayside also regularly organize activities to help the homelessness people integrate into society. And so for the sixth, in 2016, the local homeless advocacy organizations Kids Row Housing Trust in Los Angeles commissioned California contractors from Brooks with Scrap to design a local housing development project in Los Angeles. So the building names the six and used to provide the local permanent housing for the homelessness and disabled veterans. So this building have the 45 studios, and it can take the lots of homelessness people together, and and find a safety place for them. So the third one is the design challenge. So in the implementation of help for the homeless, the designer is motivated role. For architects and interior designer, the most important thing is not to build beautiful house, but to first think about the homelessness real need. So when the designer Alex Roman was solving the problem of homelessness, she thought, so how can they be safe and roasted for those who live here? How can they blend into, or even maybe 11th, the space they're in? The goal is to keep them at the schedule of the neighborhood they are moving into. So Roman believes that a framework is needed to solve the homelessness people's problem. And so I found some theories to help my idea, and crossing to pledge. If women needed sustainable housing, particularly if they need housing to maintain the custody, they are more likely to return an abuser. And I believe that women and children who are homelessness due to domestic violence have far more housing needs than the other homelessness people. At the same time, a homelessness Australia also mentioned for women and their children experiencing domestic and family violence, access to housing that is secure, affordable, and immediately available is the most critical factor in their support pathway. Therefore, I think the most important things at the moment is to provide sellers for women and children who are homelessness due to domestic violence, so that they can rid of the harm from domestic violence. And so my whole ideas through the framework is build a communities, so I can provide the safety living area for the Aboriginal female and children. So when I found the material for the buildings, I found the containers. So the lifespan of the containers is very short, and the container will be damaged during transportation. But the cost of repairing the containers is very high. Usually, the transportation company will choose to replace the new container. However, the overall structure of many damaged containers has not changed. These containers can be used to build house. The service life of container house is about 50 years. Use of containers to build house reduces environment pollution caused by steel recycling and does not product construction waste. It is a good sustainable materials. So I'm do the consider community tithing in my assessment tool, and in my assessment tool, I just want to make the simple communities, and I think if there lives if the people living here are Aboriginal peoples, I need build a place sustainable for their culture and identities, and find some culture to add in my buildings. And I found some Aboriginal cultures and do some research. And the Aboriginal people believe that they are integrated with the land and they are part of each other. And Aboriginal peoples, for Aboriginal peoples, they have the dreaming time. So dreaming is a framework for the Australian Aboriginals to construct their perception of everything in the world. In the dreaming world, they can communicate with their ancestors forever through symbols such as dots. So symbols are used by Aboriginal people in their art to preserve their culture and traditions. They are also used to depict various stories and still used today in contemporary Aboriginal art. So I found some symbol in the Aboriginal art story website, and in the Aboriginals cultural concentric circle represents gathering place, and the letter U represents human beings. So in my idea, I want to put these two symbols together, and I try lots of things to make the concentric circles. So actually at first I wanna take the concentrics together like circles, but it's not have the enough inner space. So I changed the considers spares, and this is a vertical wave, and I changed some colors to the considers. Like I use the blue and green to build the back house. So the blue and green means the sky and plants. So and the circle area, I use the orange and yellow. It means land. So so you can see the side plans. There says the there's a letter U letter U around the concentric circles. So it means the people around the gathering place. So this, I think, can make the Aboriginal people think this community is belonging for them. And so this community covers an area about 2,000 square meters and consists of 3 parts. The community can provide the shelter for 26 homelessness people on 40 single residentials and 4 family residents, seeking shelters for the homelessness who suffer from domestic violence. And this is the elevation for the communities. And this is the sections. And for the floor plan, this part is for the family house. It have 2 floors and have 2 rooms, 1 kitchen, and 1 toilet. I think they have some mom to bring their children to be the homelessness, and I need to find some silence place for them. So I built a family house. They can have their own space in this community. And this is the shower house with library. So for the library, the library is in the 2nd floor, and for the 1st floor they have the TVs and have meeting rooms is for if some Aboriginals if some Aboriginal people feel some unhappy or the other things, they can go to the library and find the work staff to talk about with them. And the left side is a shower house. So in the community, because in the single rooms, I didn't design the toilet or shower house, so they all need to go to this shower house to take a shower. And this is the left side is the single room, and the upper single room is the public toilet. So the right side is the public kitchen and the laundry. So I wanna take whole the communities like the public communities. So the Aboriginal, so the people live in the communities can be find the cultural belongings, and and the cultural belonging, and they can be society again, I think. And this is my final renderings, and this is all sites for the communities, and this area is for the children's play area. And in the circle, I built a coffee shop and some chairs in the circle, and it can make people contact to each others. And this is the library, the inside, and this is a single bedroom, and this is the laundry room and the public kitchen. So for the design process, I use the ice cream stickers, the cutting knife, and foam boards to build the physical models. And all my physical model is 1 to 100. Yeah, 1 to 1000. Yeah, 1 to 1000, sorry. And this is my final physical models. And so I write the important place in this page. The left picture is for the children's play areas, and the stairs and the back of model. Okay. Thank you.